Last night, while you were completely unconscious, your mouth opened and you said something. You have no memory of it. You were not awake, but your brain was having a conversation without you. And here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Whatever you said, your sleeping brain meant it enough to say it out loud. Sleep talking is one of the strangest things the human brain does because it happens in the exact window of time when your brain is supposed to be offline. Except it is not offline. It is running a parallel program you have zero access to, and occasionally that program leaks audio. Here is what is actually happening inside your brain when you talk in your sleep. Sleep is not one single state. It cycles through distinct stages throughout the night, and two of those stages are where almost all sleep talking occurs. The first is deep slow-wave sleep, the kind you sink into in the first few hours of the night. Your brain during this stage is doing something critical. It is replaying and consolidating the events of your day, deciding what to keep, what to discard, and how to file it into long-term memory. It is essentially running an edit of your day without your conscious involvement. And sometimes during this editing process, fragments of unfinished conversations, half-resolved conflicts, or emotionally charged moments break through into motor output. Your mouth says the word your brain is still processing. The second stage where sleep talking spikes is REM sleep, which is when your most vivid narrative dreams occur. During REM, your brain is almost as electrically active as when you are fully awake. Your eyes are moving, your emotions are firing, a story is playing out in full. The only reason you do not physically act out every dream is a remarkable biological mechanism called REM atonia, a kind of temporary paralysis that your brain deliberately activates to disconnect your motor system from the dream you are experiencing. But REM atonia is not always complete, and when it partially fails, the words from your dream slip through the gap. What you say while dreaming is not random noise. It is dialogue from a real narrative your brain is constructing, characters speaking, arguments unfolding, things being said that your waking mind never gave permission for. Researcher Isabelle Arnolf at the Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital in Paris spent years recording and analyzing sleep speech from hundreds of subjects. What she found was extraordinary. The sleep talking was grammatically correct. It had negations, hesitations, and social politeness markers, the kinds of subtle language patterns that require real cognitive processing. People were not just babbling. They were having structured conversations with people who existed only inside their sleeping minds. And here is the detail that changes everything. Arnolf found that sleep speech was far more likely to contain negative emotional content than positive. Conflict, refusal, anger. The word no appeared in sleep talking far more often than the word yes. Your sleeping brain, left completely to its own devices, stripped of social filters and waking self-censorship, chooses overwhelmingly to process friction, disagreement, and unresolved emotion. Think about what that reveals. While you are carefully managing your reactions, choosing your words, and keeping the peace during every waking hour, your brain is waiting for you to fall asleep so it can finally say what it actually thinks. Sleep talking increases dramatically during periods of high stress, fever, or emotional unrest. It is most common in children who have not yet developed the full suppression mechanisms adults use during the day, and it tends to quiet down as the nervous system matures and those suppression pathways strengthen. The adult who still talks in their sleep is not broken. Their brain is simply still working through something their waking mind chose not to finish. The last thing you said last night in the dark to no one was something your brain needed to say. You just were not awake to hear it.